Gentlemen, hey, congratulations for Redstone.
Thanks, Gig. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hey, terrific. Always love these, these type of gangster thrillers, especially the fact that both of you play characters with, I want to say, a conscience in their own little way.
Well, I think playing darker characters, the ones that you love the ones the most are the ones that do have that dabble with their conscience and what's right and what's wrong and what's just and what's the correct thing to do for my character in the situation. And for Nick Boone, he's in the beginning of the film, he seems to be obviously the villain, but then like the Tin Man, he finds his heart halfway through, and then it's a change. It's a seismic shift. And for Michael's character Jed, he's my boss, and I've been his hitman for a good few years. And now something happens in my life that I realize this isn't the right thing for me to be doing. And then all hell breaks loose and the wheels come off the wagon, and it's the two of us get to go toe to toe. And I can't think of anything I'd rather do on screen than go toe to toe with Michael Cudlitz. It's we've known each other for so long. I love this guy truly like a brother, and we all brought it, and Michael certainly brought it to the screen.
What do you say, Michael, to all that?
He's never liked me.
I fucking love this guy. Look, we had a blast. We these are those rare moments in a career where you get to work with somebody that you not only respect but love. We are in a situation where we're coming out of COVID, doing a project that we're excited about with people that we care about. And, it would have been hard to mess this one up. The script was amazing, simple, and simple is hard. People don't realize that keeping something simple in film and or television is hard.
You made a great point, because if you have huge explosions and flying people and all kinds of fun stuff to eye candy to look at, you can be taken away even if the story's not so good. But if you don't have that, you're right, then the film's a dud.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. Yep. No, it's just, and again, Neal reached out, and he's producer on the film. He reached out to me, I was crazy busy at the time. We had a little window. It fit right into it. He literally called and said, "Hey, I want you to do this thing." And I said, "Yes," sight unseen. I said, "I'll read it later. But I trust you if you're reaching out to me." And it was great. A great experience all around. The director, Derek, was phenomenal. The producers took care of us. We were, again, coming out of COVID, so we felt cared for. One of the first productions to go back in after COVID. And we had a great time. A really good group of people and a really lovely town, Corsicana, Texas.
Wow, that is great. Michael, I also want to address your character, Jed, because it was kind of funny, is because he's sort of like a crime lord who wanted to retire and do something legit and be a grandfather and so on. Could you talk more about that? And can a crime lord ever retire? Is the ultimate question.
Well, I guess the ultimate question is can you really escape your past? And how do you move forward from your past, and what choices that you make? Some choices are harder to come back from than others. In the case of Jed, I think he's so deep into it that he knows nothing else. So the idea of having the life that he saw other people have, although is intriguing to him, he has made so many horrible choices in his life that for him, he probably doesn't have any more choices left, or doesn't feel he does. Again, we always have a choice, but he can't fix his past, and he feels that he is making the decisions now, the only decisions that he can make to secure his daughter and his granddaughter's future. And if he's going to fall on the sword for it, then that's how it's going to have to be.
Neal, how did you get in the headspace of Boone for himself? Because for this movie, he only had one simple job, just to get the boy.
Yeah, and it just, I think with all that happens to his family in the beginning of the film, without giving out too much, the loss of his family members, that once he sees this 14-year-old boy that he's supposed to off, something snaps in his psyche. He finds his moment, and he has to deal with that. And he has to deal with, do I keep going down this path, which I know is wrong, or do I right now make a shift and go in the other direction and do what's right? And that's what he chooses. And that's what heroes do in films. And I think that in this film, by having great actors around me or me around them, everyone was in it to really do the best they could and tell the best story possible. And I think when you have a smaller crew like we had, and a finite amount of time, and in this crazy hot situation, that you all dig deep and you find greatness. And those are the moments that you'll never forget as an actor. And what we did in Redstone was that we found the bits of truth and the greatness and how hard it was on that quick shoot. We created something really pretty dynamic, and I'm really proud of what it did. And because of that, we did part 2, and now we're going to do part 3 with this character. So whatever we did in part 1, we obviously did it right, and it's long may it run.
Wow. I mean, one of the best things that I found with you, Neal, was the interaction with Billy Blair, who plays Hutch. You guys go back and forth, especially the cigarette part. Can you talk about that? I mean, this is a serious film.
I wanted to punch Billy in the face all day long. He was so good. It was like, I pride myself on being the best bad guy, and I'm looking at Billy. I'm like, dude, you are torching this thing. I'm learning from you today. Oh, I like that bit. I'm stealing that one. He was so just gross in his character that it leaps off the screen. What Billy did was he's such a talented actor. And in anything I do forever, I always want Billy to be part of it. Be part of the crew. I'm building this team together with Michael as my first choice, and then in anything that I'd ever do, and then to keep building with friends like Billy now, I'm in a very fortunate position to be able to produce movies with my wife Reve. What's better than that? And get to tell stories that I want to tell, and I'm in a really great time in my life, and I'm very blessed.
Well, can't say the least for you, Michael, because you get to play with the baby in this film.
That's the best. Babies and horses. What could go wrong? Yeah, I think it's interesting because those little elements, with the kid, with the animals, you do see the humanity in Jed, and you're not really sure where it's going. You sort of, I guess, hopefully, you sort of wonder what he would have been like had things been different, because there is someone who is incredibly caring in there, but cannot seem to get out of his own way.
You're burning a man in a trash barrel while you're then petting a horse lovingly.
Yeah,
that is great stuff. You know what I mean?
What is the problem?
Oh, wait, Jed's a nice guy. I like Jed. Well, you're burning a guy in a trash can. What am I talking about?
Because you got to get rid of the evidence. It's all for my family. I can't. I have to take care of my family. It's you got to do what you got to do sometimes.
Misunderstood once again.
It's 100% misunderstood. It's a huge misunderstanding.
This is great. I do want to remark is one of the centerpiece of the story is Dash, who plays Montley in the film. Could you guys talk about this young teen and how remarkable it is for a young man trying to hold it all together throughout the entire film?
Dash did an incredible job. It's his first real movie, and there he is going up against, me and Michael. And the first day, I was telling a story earlier. He didn't want to meet me because he was really scared of me, but he was also, he thought as an actor, this is what we're supposed to do. I don't want to meet Neal because I'm here, a professional actor. I'm like, okay, great. And then we do a scene, which is a scary scene of me hunting him down. And then he goes to the director and goes, no, I'd actually like to meet him now. And I told his dad, and I said, he wants to meet me now. Go back and tell him I don't want to meet him. And it scared him even more. He was like, what? What? And it made his character so fragile and so frail to start with that it really worked. And then later he understood who I was and what I was doing. And then now they've become like family to us. And the whole Melrose family, they're a great bunch of people. And I'm just blessed to have Dash on the film with us. He killed it. He really killed it.
This is great. And what is the lure of like doing indie projects like this? Because it sounds like you, I mean, for especially for Neal, you're coming back for a second and third one. I was going to ask, like, is Boone had anything to do with this Boone? But apparently it does.
Does it, oh yeah. It was a great character. Redstone was such Cinedigm who bought the film. They're doing such a great job advertising it, and with the release, they also bought part 2, and then with them, we're going to make part 3. And it's been a great journey for me because I've always wanted to play characters like this, the heroes who are kind of the anti-heroes, but at the end of the film, they do something so great that they shouldn't have done, and so heroic that they put their lives on the line to do it. Those are the characters I've always loved in the 70s. I go back and talk about Popeye Doyle, what Gene Hackman did, or other films like that, or Death Wish. These guys, where when the push comes to shove, they're gonna get the job done, even if they have to die doing it. And I love that kind of character.
This is terrific. So the fedora is coming back, which is great.
Oh, that fedora is going to be coming back for a long time.
Well, gentlemen, hey, thank you very much for speaking to us about Redstone. I highly recommend it, especially people who love this genre here, and it is going to be terrific.
Thanks, Gabe. Have an awesome day. Thank you for the interview.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right.